Hello everyone, welcome back. Savert is here, coming back with part 6 of What If Deku made his own omnitrix. Now, where we last left off, Izuku has, of course, touching the ultimatrix of Ben Tennyson, and resulting in him taking some of the DNA inside the watch of him. In the end, the Paramatrix having a lots of DNA one time, she had to transform Izuku because Izuku body couldn't handle all that DNA just changing him and couldn't keep his human form for a long time. In the end, resulting in him turning into way big, or as the news reporter called it, Titan, destroying some of the city, and after that running because he wasn't in his mind, in the end destroying some of the city and running into the forest. After that, Izuku come back into his house, and the way he was seeing on the news that the way big that of course he transformed into destroy the city. Izuku seeing this, he was thinking that this is actually Tennyson is the one that did this, because he doesn't have this transformation. As in the end, on the other side of the universe, Ben Tennyson was having some problem with his Omnitrix because Izuku has ruined it for him and making his Ultimatrix a little bit weaker, which is basically most of the DNAs or most of the aliens in his watch will not gonna be able to transform into for a couple of days. And also he will not gonna have that ability of changing his transformation from transformation while he, what they call it, master control, I believe, how he can change from a form into another form very fast without turning into his human form. And, a couple of other problems that I'm gonna go into by some time, but right now, after Ben and Kevin just leave the place and go back into Izuku planet, another figure just come into the room of Azimuth looking like this, which is basically O'Neill, as in the end he asked him one question. Do you know anything about time loop? As Azimuth, right, we continue. Don't forget like and subscribe, of course, and let's continue. Azimuth answering saying, yeah, I know about time loops. What are you planning to? Well, you see, I need a portal. I need something that will gonna be able or maybe strong enough to destroy a time loop. Can you do this thing for me? Well, I certainly can do it, but that will gonna have a lots of power. I'll need a lots of power. A power that's will gonna be strong enough to destroy a whole galaxy. Don't worry, I have that thing right in my chest. As O'Neill just opened his chest, revealing the core power of his body. As Azimuth seeing this, he tried to see the power, how is so strong, and taken, some device to see the energies that coming out of O'Neill's chest. The device of Azimuth immediately break, and he said, great, well, this will gonna be certainly enough, but I'm not gonna open for you a portal out to break a time loop and until you finally get me that Izuku Midoriya. Alright, as O'Neill said, alright, that will gonna be certainly easy. How many days do you want him here? Do you want him to be here in the next week, maybe the next month? Maybe you have something important to do. Get him here as soon as possible, alright? Alright. And if you're wondering why do I need of course, that time portal, the time loop portal, you can say that I just want to be free for real. As Azimuth hearing this, he said, alright. But first of all, you have to get me Izuku Midoriya. I will not gonna start working on the portal until you finally get him to me. Deal. Alright, see you around, Azimuth. As O'Neill just leave the place. And while that happening, we cut into Izuku, of course. As he just waking up in the morning after coming back into his house and seeing that his, Paramatrix still glowing with yellow color. As he said, well, I'll have to go into the forest and see what's wrong with you after I go to school. As after that, Izuku just eating his breakfast, taking his things, and go into the school. As right now he go into UA, and He just looking left and right, seeing the students talking about the incidents. Some of the students saying, "Hey, did you saw the news last night? That weird big ginormous creature. Yeah, he was so strong. I wonder what kind of a villain have that kind of power." But don't you remember the same symbol on his chest? The news reporter said to look into anyone that have that symbol on his chest. Yeah, maybe you're right. So, what do you think about him? Is he a villain? Yeah, of course he's a villain. I mean, did you saw how much big he is and how he was destroying everything? Of course he's a villain. It's a very dangerous villain. I wonder if All Might can beat it. Hell yeah, of course All Might can beat it. As Izuku just listening into this as he hears a sound from behind saying him, telling him, "Hey, Midoriya." As Izuku looking back, he see none other than Shinso. As Izuku said, "Oh, Shinso, what is it?" As Shinso coming closer into Izuku and said, "I thought that you are not a villain. Why are you doing this?" As Izuku said, "That wasn't me. I can explain everything for you. Just please listen to me." And after that, of course, Izuku answering the question of, yeah, of course, Shinso, he immediately being under his mind control, as Shinso said, "Of course, you will gonna answer some of my questions." And after that, Shinso said, "Alright, what is your secret, Midoriya? Tell me." And after that, before Izuku continue answering, someone punched him on the back of his head from behind, saying, "Hey, Izuku, how are you?" As Izuku, starts rubbing the back of his neck, saying, "Ouch, who's that?" As he looked behind, he see O'Neil in UA school uniform. He is the student of class 1A, the number 20 student, because Izuku not in UA, so, or class 1A, so O'Neil taking his place all of the time from the start of this fucking, school. He was the student. As O'Neil said, "Hey, you're Izuku Midoriya, right?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, what is it? Do I know you? Yeah, maybe you don't know me, but I kinda heard about you. I saw what you did in the against Katsuki Bakugo and of course, what they call it. I forgot what was the name. Damn it, just let me remember. The cafeteria. Yes, the cafeteria. As Izuku said, "Oh, yeah, that's what about it? You are so powerful. Why aren't you in, class 1A or class 1B? Because someone with a powerful quirk as you must be a strong hero." As Izuku said, "Nah, it's not really a big deal. I have my reasons. As much as I wish to be a part of class 1A, but too bad that I couldn't." As Izuku looking behind, he tried to see where's Shinso right now, but he doesn't see him anywhere. He just see him walking away. As Izuku said in his mind, "I need to be more careful around of him. I fall into his trap a second time. If it wasn't for this O'Neil guy, I might actually told him about the secret." As O'Neil said, "Alright, how about, we go into the cafeteria and eat something? Me and you have a lot to talk about." As Izuku go with O'Neil and start talking a little bit. Izuku talking with O'Neil, and O'Neil kind of a funny person. Izuku liking him, actually. As in the end of the school day, O'Neil walking with Izuku outside saying, "Well, do you want to go out and eat something? We can go and eat pizza if you want." As Izuku said, "No, sorry, I have things to do, so I'll have to go." As O'Neil said, "Alright, see you around, Midoriya." As after that, Izuku just leave the place, going into the forest, and after that he finally got into the forest. He's seeing of course, the ship, or right now the ship is in its camouflage. Izuku lefting the camouflage button on so no one find the ship, the alien ship. He got inside and start working on his parametrics. He said, "Well, let's see if I got anything out of that Ben guy." As he looking in his watch, he see a lots of DNAs, but the thing is, those DNAs are connecting. All of them are inside each other, doing a weird corruption. As Izuku said, "Huh. So when I absorbed some of his DNA in his watch, some sort of a corruption happened. So, if my theory is right, I'm gonna be able to create aliens from his aliens, but it might not be as good. Well, let's see. As Izuku starts looking left and right, seeing some of the DNAs that he, know about, like the DNA of Big Chill, he, and of course Swamp Fire, the ones that Ben used in the fight, and some others which interesting him. And he said, "Alright, let's try this." As Izuku in the end creating a vessel for one of the DNAs that he find, which is basically a weird looking orange cat, big orange cat, as Izuku coming outside and flipped the dial of the parametrics and said, "Alright, here goes nothing," as he pressed on the dial and immediately being covered by a black substance. And when the substance goes away, Izuku looking like this, as Izuku said, "What the fuck? Damn it, there must be some weird corruption in the DNA. Wrath is angry. Why Wrath couldn't do the fucking thing right? Damn, as he immediately go and slash one of the trees with his big right arm. As Izuku seeing that he slashed the tree very easily, as he said, "Wrath is actually so strong, but I'm gonna have to work on him more. Anyways, let's try you, Let's try you. What can you do, Wrath?" As after that, Izuku starts going left and right, smashing trees, cutting them with his 3 arms. As in the end, he just starts feeling some pain in his chest, and immediately after that, he just de-transformed into his human form. And after that, he said, "Damn it, it still hurts, but that was, I will gonna say that was a success. I mean, it's not really the most perfect thing, but it will do. I wish. I need to become more stronger to fight that Tennyson if he will gonna ever come back. If I saw the look on his face, he must be so determined to capture me." And after that, Izuku go back into the ship and taking some of the meat that he got with him. He bought, in the middle of the way going into the forest, he bought some meat for the parametrics to eat so he doesn't have to feel pain. In the end, he just gives some meat, the parametrics absorb it, and Izuku go outside and going to transform back into, of course, none other than Wrath, as before he managed to do that, a strong purple beams being thrown at him, as Izuku jumping out of the way and immediately press on the dial, transforming into Wrath. As he said, "Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is attacking Wrath right now? Wrath is angry." As after that, he looking in front of him, he sees someone wearing a weird looking white mask with 2 purple lines on it, and wearing a black hoodie jacket. As he said, "Sorry, but I'm gonna have to take you." As Wrath said, "What? You will take me? Take Wrath? You're really funny. No one can take Wrath. Wrath will not gonna go with you, you fucking asshole." As after that, Izuku go on the kid and immediately throwing his slash on him. The guy immediately just creating like a shield in front of him, and he said, "First of all, let me introduce myself. You can call me Overlord. Second of all, you are coming with me, little cat." As after that, he just pushed his hand forward, pushing the shield on Wrath, throwing him away into a couple of trees. Wrath stand up and said, "Who are you calling a little cat, you asshole? Let me tell you something. You fucking Overlord. Wrath is not gonna go with you. Wrath will gonna do whatever he want, whenever he want. So, if you're not gonna leave Wrath right now, Wrath will gonna have to put you into pieces and put every single part of you inside the jar and throw that jar into the fucking sea. And after that, I will gonna see if you will be able to fucking put your parts back together." As after that, Wrath going on, of course, Overlord, which is basically O'Neil, I'm not gonna hide it, as he immediately throw his slash on O'Neil's shield. O'Neil creating a shield in front of him, but Wrath managing to use more of his, kinda claws, the claws on his right big arms, just throwing them and immediately slash through his shield, as O'Neil jumping back saying, huh, interesting, you're actually kinda strong, even for a corruption or such a a dirty copy. As Wrath said, who are you calling a dirty copy, you fucking asshole? Overlord? You even calling yourself Overlord? Are you even a lord on anything? Or are you just calling yourself that because you're some sort of an emperor or something like that? I doesn't care. Wrath doesn't care. In the end, I'm gonna punch you in your face and put your fucking... Shut up, little cat, you're really annoying. As after that, O'Neil immediately starts throwing some beams of laser on Wrath. Wrath putting his 3 arms in front of his face, protecting him, but immediately being thrown away. After that, he starts jumping left and right on the trees. As O'Neil looking left and right, he's not able to see Izuku very clearly. As after that, he hear a sound from behind saying, "Behind of you, over fucking lord!" As after that, Izuku stabbing O'Neil in the side of his, shoulder, left shoulder, stabbing him in his arm. And after that, O'Neil immediately got hold of Izuku's arm as he take his, of course, claws out of his shoulder and smash him back into the ground as he preparing a laser to shoot it at Izuku's face. But before that happened, Izuku immediately... some weird claws, the black claws coming out of Izuku chest going right directly at O'Neil. O'Neil wasn't expecting this, as after that he being jumping back and the claws that from, of course, Wrath body go back into his body. As Wrath said, wait, did I manage to do that? As Wrath start to focus a little bit, and in the end he managed to cover his whole body in spikes as he said, that's actually cool. Now let's see how we will gonna be able to come closer, Overlord. As after that he start jumping at him. O'Neil, blocking the attack of course, Wrath. Wrath jumping above the shield of O'Neil. O'Neil trying to throw a beam of laser, but Wrath putting his right arm in front of him, reflecting the laser back on O'Neil by, using his claws, as O'Neil being thrown away. And after that, Izuku flying on O'Neil, but before that happened, immediately Izuku being shot in his chest, thrown away by a laser beam from O'Neil, throwing him away. As after that, Izuku start feeling pain in his body as he said in his mind, I'm not gonna be able to hold back anymore. I'm gonna transform back any minute. As after that, Wrath said, let me tell you something, fucking Overlord. This fight is ended right now. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna leave. As after that, Wrath start jumping away as O'Neil said, hey, come back here, little cat. As O'Neil start jumping after Izuku as they start going into the city. And after that, Izuku feeling more pain and more. In the end, he fall from the middle of the air by O'Neil shooting a laser beam on Izuku in the middle of the air, making Wrath fall from the sky in the middle of the street. As everyone's seeing this weird looking gray with the green eyes humanoid cat with 3 arms. As Izuku after that, he being covered by a black substance and transformed back into human. As he right now on the ground, as he said, damn it, no, please stop this. As O'Neil said, now I'm gonna take you, understand? As after that, O'Neil going closer into Izuku, but the Paramatrix immediately throw a tentacle on O'Neil, getting hold of his right arm. As O'Neil seeing the black substance going further and further into his whole arm, as he just chopping his arm off so it doesn't eat his whole body. As the arm of O'Neil was having enough energy for the Paramatrix to recharge so fast. As Izuku suddenly, the pain in his body disappeared. As after that he said, what? As O'Neil said, damn it. As he started going away, but Izuku seeing this, he said, no, you're not running away. And after that, Izuku without a hesitation, he pressed on the dial of the Paramatrix. He didn't even choose what aliens that he transformed into, as he being covered by a black substance. And when the black substance goes away, Izuku looking like this. as he immediately put both of his hands in front of him and shoot a beam of red energy on O'Neil. The power that was inside O'Neil's hand has been morphed with the DNAs of some aliens of Izuku, which resulted in this weird creature, the abomination between the energy of O'Neil and also a couple of other of aliens, which is right now I'm gonna just call him, Shard, as Shard immediately shooting a laser beam on O'Neil, making him fall from the sky, as O'Neil right now on the ground, and Izuku looking on his arm saying, "Whoa, what the, when did I got this?" As he just looking on his fingerprints just glowing with red, as he said, "Well, this will be kinda interesting." As he's seeing O'Neil on the ground, O'Neil's, speaking his earpiece saying, "Azimuth, I might need help here." As Izuku said, "Oh no, you're not running away." As after that, he shoot a beam of laser on O'Neil. But before he managed to do that, a green light engulfed O'Neil and teleport him away back into, of course, Galvin planet. As Izuku standing there saying, "Damn it, you ran away. Why they always run away? God damn it." And after that, Izuku looking behind, he sees some police officers and some other people. As after that, he tried to run away, but before he managed to do that, Kevin Levin jumped in front of him and put his hand on the ground, turning his body, the whole body into, of course, stone, as he said, "Sorry, but you're not running away, kid." As Izuku said, "Who are you?" As Kevin said, "My name is Kevin, and you can say that I'm an old friend of Tennyson." As Izuku said, "Wait, you're the one that helped him run away, right? Why are you here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to take you in. So, how about you give up before I start to punch you until you lose consciousness?" As Izuku said, "If you really want to fight me so bad, how about you come at me?" And this is gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what do you think about this part, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.